we're going to try not to panic as we look at the busts and devastating injuries from week 8. We're going to be looking at those players that killed our lineup this week. We're going to be talking about their situation, what to do, and what to look forward with them. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we go harder in the paint than any other channel out there when it comes to the waiver wire. If you're in a deeper league, if you have deeper settings, deeper lineup requirements, this is your place because we will go deeper than anybody else. We're looking for those deep plays for you. We're doing deep dives on all the trending players, and we also help you set your lineups every single week. Click that button. Stop missing out. Our first panic player, and we're worried about him. I'm worried about Skattebo. I'm worried about the injury. I know he's going to be back next year. His season's done. He's getting surgery right now. It wasn't good. We even covered that on the channel. Tyron Tracy, next man up. That's obvious. I just hope he gets well, gets right, no infections, everything's solid. We're good to go in the summer. That's what I'm hoping for. But this is going to devastate a lot of lineups. A lot of people were using Skattebo week in and week out since really like week 2, week 3. Like he's been a mainstay. And also a good story here from the FCS level to Arizona State to now. Just a good overall kid. Like I like Skattebo. He's fun to watch. He's great for the game. I don't want to see him out. I don't like seeing injuries like this to anybody, let alone to a player that I have fun watching that's great for the game. Skattebo, you will be with us. Quinshon Judkins got banged up in this matchup. He's got a bye week, then on the road against the Jets. I'm not very worried, but I might be worried if the injury impacts him to week 10. I would be worried about that. I just see him with this rest week, getting right, being good to go, solid running back. Before the injury, he already had 9 carries. He probably would have finished this game pushing 20 carries with 2 yards a carry because they were keying in on him. But he would have finished this game probably getting you around 10 to 12 fantasy points. And now we got a matchup coming up against the Jets. Then we got Baltimore. They're going to keep riding him out. He's going to keep getting touches. I'm not too worried about it since we got a week off. But this is something to pay attention to. Dylan Sampson got some targets in this matchup. Next man up for me, Alvin Kamara. The Saints are busted. 3.5 yards per carry, 2.5 the week prior, 3.1, 3.38. 3 games of over 4 yards per carry. Multiple games in the 2s and 3s. That's not looking good. And there's games, a lot of games, that we're getting less than 5 targets. They're not targeting him in the passing game. This was a good matchup for him to get volume in the passing game. I was predicting him to get volume in the passing game because that's what they should be doing. Maybe the quarterbacks would be out there. Maybe the quarterbacks would be getting more done if they would just target him in the passing game. They're not doing it. 2 targets in this matchup, 3 the week prior, 5 altogether there. Then the 2 weeks before that, 5 and 6. Then 5 before that, 2, 6, 2. Like, we keep getting these games where we're not getting volume, and it's making us volatile. But the upside's not really there either. We don't have any 20-plus point weeks on the season. None of that. We got some matchups that could be up and down going forward than a bye week. The Saints are ass right now. I am worried about Alvin Kamara. Saquon Barkley got banged up in this matchup. Looks like he will be good to go against Green Bay in week 10. My panic meter is very, very, very low. He is getting a lot of work. He is getting a lot of opportunities. This was the game where he blowed up. Before that, we didn't have a game with 100 yards rushing. We had a few bust weeks in there. We had 3 of them. 3 of them on the season. And we did not have any 20-plus point performances. Not living up to that Saquon Barkley type of scoring that you're used to. Living up to more like a 3rd to 4th round pick type of scoring when you're looking at this per PPR. You're seeing that. It's good that he hit. Usually, we are not worried about guys scoring 33 PPR fantasy points. But we're questionable. We do have a groin. Sometimes they get worse. Sometimes that happens. They're saying expects. Sometimes it gets worse. Make sure you got your finger on the trigger on Tank Bigsby just in case. Bijan Robinson. This one was weird. Miami, what the hell happened with Miami? How'd they get up in this game? Kirk Cousins was straight up ass in this matchup. 9 carries in this matchup. 14 the week prior. We only got 3 targets in this game. Like, he's very explosive in the passing game. Why didn't we get that work? Maybe that could have got them more chunk plays, moving the chains a little bit more. We haven't had a huge performance rushing wise since week 6. We've been nickel and diming it through the passing game. 40 yards in week 7. Then in week 4, 75 yards on the ground. 3, 72. I'm not worried about him at all. I'm not worried about him at all. He's Bijan Robinson. You're going to have a couple games like this throughout the year. You're going to have a couple more games. You'll probably have 1 or 2. 1 or 2 more games like this because football's going to football. I'm not worried at all. There are some trends here. You're like, but he's getting so much work. He's so explosive. The quarterback play has been scary this year. Penix, Cousins, doesn't matter. It's been scary week to week. You do not know what you're going to get week to week. That's the thing about this team. You don't know what you're going to get. That one Penix game where he just came out straight ass, and we're like, is he even going to keep his job? Like, what's happening? Now we got Patriots on the road. We got the Colts on the road. I'm still starting Bijan. I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. This was a weird-ass game script. That's all it is. Christian McCaffrey. I'm not worried because we're getting work in the passing game. But look at the yards per carry for this dude. 3.14, week 1. 4.23, it's just okay. Week 2, 3.06, 2.88, 2.59, 3.18, 5.38. Okay, we kind of got something there. 3.13. Really rushing yardage wise, just week 7. Just week 7. Now our work in the passing game, we're solid wide receiver. We're solid wide receiver here. But it didn't fire this week. 6 targets though. I'm not worried. I know what I'm getting. It's solid production. I'm not worried at all. We're getting the touchdowns. We're getting opportunities. It's just all in the passing game. It's just all in the passing game. So we get them check downs. We can create a little space. We're going to be good to go. But the yards per carry, put that jeweler's glass on right there. That's something that's emerging, and it may emerge next year, the year after. But you can't have that many games rocking 3 to 2 yards per carry and nothing come up. Tony Pollard, I'm worried. I'm not expecting much out of him to begin with because he's a Titan. Titans have been busting week in and week out. But he's been getting you to the fairway. He's starting to share a lot of work with Tajay Spears. And I think his old workload isn't really coming back. Tajay Spears has been looking good. He's been looking fresh. I think Tony Pollard is going to be sharing the work here on out. I don't like him anymore for fantasy. I think the Titans are a horrible team to chase in fantasy. I don't think they're going to be in advantageous game scripts. We got Chargers, then a bye week. I see his work dipping, and it's been dipping because the last 3 weeks, 11 carries, 6 and 10. Fine, but prior to that, 14, 14, 16, 20, 18. The workload's dipped. You need that workload in this offense, or it ain't going to look good. In week 7, you got 6 targets, but still it's dipping. Snap shares dipping, 43 and 57%. We're sharing too much of the work with Tajay Spears. Baker Mayfield, it was a weird-ass game script. Weird-ass game script. They got up on the Saints. Saints couldn't give him any pushback. Baker Mayfield did not need to put the pedal on the metal. This was his first bust game of the season for fantasy. All right for regular football. All right, sacked 3 times. Had 1 fumble. It was all right. I saw a lot of people wondering about him on Twitter. Look at the game script. The Saints with back-to-back busted-ass game scripts, ruining another fantasy matchup for us. Same thing with Emeka Egbuka, but we got 9 targets. 3 balls caught, 35 yards, 9 points in week 7, 6 in week 8. We're coming back from that hamstring. We got a bye. We got a week off. We getting some rest. I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to fire it up in the back half of the season and be all right. Rachaad White, I'm worried. Look at the yards per carry on this dude. And he's not Christian McCaffrey. He gets work in the he ain't Christian McCaffrey. So week 1, 7 yards per carry, but that's 2 rushing attempts. Doesn't really count. Week 2, 6.5. After that, we go to hell. 2.4, 2.83, 2.93, 3.82, 3.8, then 2.69 yards per carry this week. 13 carries got you 35 yards. The week prior, 10 carries got you 38 yards. There was a week, 14 carries got you 41 yards, but he scored 2 touchdowns, so it was fine. The efficiency's not there. He's never been efficient, but it's getting worse. It's getting worse. They need Bucky back, and he's not Bucky. He's good as a receiver in a passing game. He's definitely not Bucky. Rico Dowdle is good. He's really good. 6.75 yards per carry, getting work. Not an advantageous game script. Andy Dalton sucked it up. But he deserved more work. He deserved more opportunities. Maybe some work in the passing game. He's been solid. Week prior, got you 10.6 PPR fantasy points, sharing the workload with Chuba. But he's not getting the work. He's not getting opportunities. Even with a bust-ass game script, he's still been solid. Like, the workload needs to be there. You do got the Packers. You do got the Saints. When he blew up, it was against Miami and Dallas. Both those teams get killed by running backs. Both those teams do. Now you're looking at this. We're sharing the workload. Do you even want these 2 running backs? I think he's still going to have a few good games, but now my ears are perked up. T. Higgins. We got 2 targets in this game. 1 ball caught. 19 targets to Jamar Chase. How many targets did he have last week? 23? He had like 50-some targets in 2 games almost. Almost. Is that what I'm thinking? Like, we're hyper-targeting Jamar Chase? I would. But you might catch T. Higgins' volatility. I thought Flacco was going to zap him up. He got the touchdown, so you're feeling all right. You look more at this. We weren't getting that work. We weren't getting opportunities. Nobody else was other than Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is just holding down the workload right now. He's holding it down for the team. He's getting the opportunities, which is great. That's what I would do if I was Flacco and I was on my last ride like I was John Cena on pay-per-view. But T. Higgins might be volatile coming up. But the 2 games prior, with Flacco, 18 targets combined. I think he's going to be all right, but that's something to monitor. I'm not going to panic. A lot of these players aren't panic players, but they were in weird-ass game scripts. You saw that happen. This was a weird-ass Sunday for football. I'm worried about Cam Skattebo. I hope he's okay. Tony Pollard's a big-time worry, but hopefully you did not need to start him week in and week out. Tajay Spears is starting to eat up some of that workload. Timeshare almost 50-50 there. We're looking at some of these wide receivers. The targets ain't distributing like they should. But who are your panic players going into week 9? I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.